Backtracking from the moon base to the shoreline took a little while, and that combined with all the fumbling around I did in the moon base to try and find some sort of alternate exit means that we're going to be starting out this episode with a little bit of post-commentary. Eventually I realized that the iStock buddy now has a new objective for me, some sort of symbol that I can't recognize. But you know what? I'm just going to trust his judgment as I have been doing up until this point because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I met up with a robot girl last time, which is pretty cool, but it didn't seem to do much of anything. I don't know. I was told that she's the lore master for the game, but aside from the implications behind the existence of robots, I don't know what else I was supposed to be getting out of that. I even gave her, like, pearls and stuff, but no, nothing happened. Well, anyway, iStock has guided me back to that one area with the flooded hibernation point, or at least it looks like a hibernation point. Like, it is that sort of claustrophobic type of area, except I guess Slugcat can't roam there because it's half flooded. And if I go the opposite direction, it's leading me to a part of the shoreline that I've never seen, and also a new area. And boy, is it quite the area, I'll say right now. I mean, it was a lot of fun to go through. But you'll see that soon enough. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, by the way, you don't need to do this sort of jumping. As far as I can tell, Rain World has been charitable enough to not make you do that sort of extreme movements yet. Yeah, at best, all you got to do is go like halfway up the shaft, and then you can grab onto a pole there. I guess we'll see by endgame. But yeah, thinking about it right now, I might just want to like throw a quick warning out there. I guess slight flashing lights, but also, if you're not a fan of spiders, you might want to skip this episode. Like, I'll just say it like that, because these are, I didn't think too much about it at the time, as you'll see soon enough, but boy, these are some highly disturbing spiders. Like, they're maybe the most disturbing I've ever seen in any video game. There have certainly been a lot of creepy crawlies in Rain World as of just yet, but these ones take the cake. So it's like, yeah. Well, anyway, we'll be getting to that soon enough. It'll be a lot of fun, trust me. In the meantime, it actually took me way too long to get these leeches off of Slugcat so that he could go up the shaft. So quick cut. Yeah, it's not like this is a very difficult area to go through. Don't have to worry about that gigantic sea monster or anything, but there's still, there's certainly plenty of those Leviathan tentacles, as I've been told they're called. And although they're not super threatening, I mean, all you gotta do is beat them with any sort of object possible. They're very flabby. If they engulf Slugcat, it's bad, but if you hit them with anything, they have a hard time grabbing onto you in any way. So imposing, certainly, but those leeches were probably a lot more of a threat than anything else that I encountered going through here. Shoreline, like I said, it's a comparatively pretty easy area, which was sort of surprising given how rough some of the other parts were, especially the thing I'm going to right now. It's a good thing they gave me a lot of food to start here, I suppose. All right, in a new area, I think. It's like almost literally impossible to say. It's just the shoreline once again, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure I probably already talked about it in the post-commentary stuff as I was just fumbling around trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, iStock guy has not steered me wrong before, so why not continue to trust him right now? That's what I say. Now keep grabbing onto that. Because this does seem to be the easiest way to fill up food, at least for right now. I'm glad that there's still things growing in here, despite the fact that it seems very, I don't know, desolate? Like, there's no sunlight in here, but I guess I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oh, well, this is entirely new content for me so far, because it's just like I have not been to whatever this area is before. Has a fairly low entrance. I was told that it's just like if you have a low karma entrance, that means that this is like the exit to an area, and higher ones mean that that's the entrance to like a tougher area. That said, I've already kind of like I'm now full up on food. Also, yeah, I'll take a couple of these. Yes, no, I know about the scavengers. You give the pearls to the scavengers. I'm well aware. In fact, I'll engulf one of these for a little bit later. Oh no, I just have a whole bunch of them right now. Well, if I find any scavengers, I probably like it quite a bit. But as it is, it's just like, just throw that away. Not really going to carry around a whole bunch of this stuff just for no reason. Shaded Citadel. What a name. But I'm going to guess right now that it's probably not going to be as threatening as the drainage system or the shoreline. Well, I mean, even the shoreline was not actually all that threatening. But yeah, I would probably say that it's just like Citadel probably means that this was formerly some kind of a church. I mean, looking at these like sort of austere stone like pillars would say the same thing. That said, oh boy, it's kind of dark around here. I do hope that I do not get lost. And I can still see well enough. I'm not gonna literally never been to this area before, so I guess I'll just like go and search around best I can. I don't even know what this thing is. They look like luminescent mice, which is interesting. Aside from that, like I said, I can't see anything. Oh, okay. Well, I got stuff to pay you. Only the one. But I think that's probably all that's going to be required. Yes? Okay. I mean, it's weird. I wouldn't really think the mercantile arts would still be active in, Oh, just give me this. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't really think that the mercantile arts would still be active in the World of Rain world, but I guess I am wrong about that. Yeah, okay, I'd say that as far as a trade goes, that's a pretty good trade. I'll definitely take this. Will help out quite a bit when it comes to navigating this entire area and everything. And let's switch those back and forth, so... Yeah, there's a pole right here. Yeah, it'll certainly be pretty good when navigating this area. But then, also just make sure that I don't throw it the second that I'm trying to fight an enemy or whatever. Oh, also there's like spiders here that don't seem to be a fan of the light. Ah! I don't like that at all. I guess it makes it pretty easy to figure out where they are, though. As macabre as that is. Yo, iStock guy, you got, like, anything to say about this? There's just... I don't know what that is. No, I don't... Hey, I'll take that. Sandbox item unlocked. Whatever that is. I'm going to guess probably one of those glowing mice things. This is a pretty spooky area. I'm going to say right now. With relative certainty. I'm navigating it. All right. Okay, I see you fellows are busy having a feast. I won't disturb you. Just because something glows, that certainly does not mean that you're immune to the spiders. As we've seen from the mice there. They're just not a fan otherwise. Oh, great. I hope I didn't fall anywhere bad. I hope I fell somewhere good. No save points or anything as of just yet. Then again, maybe those spiders won't actually eat me. Maybe I just eat them. There are some things that have surprised me food-wise thus far. So I guess it wouldn't be terribly surprising to have that happen. That said, I still have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. I mean, I met up with that robot, which was pretty cool. I had some dreams about her. I mean, why wouldn't you? Not like Slugcat has too much else that would be he would be dreaming about. But I don't really know exactly what I'm doing from this point. Now I'm just wandering through a very dark... I mean, this game's already been incredibly claustrophobic, so... I guess it shouldn't be tremendously surprising to be encountering this sort of area. Well, like I said, I'm not a fan. Oh, there's some scavengers. And they do have their own lights there, too. There's that blue version of the eye stalk buddy. Oh man, like stalker versions of them. Hey dudes. What's? Hey, don't throw stuff at me. Oh, there's a save point though. Guess I'm gonna go in there. Yeah. Now you can hang around in here if you want, but I'm gonna be busy for a while. Well, Rumi, looks like we're in it for the long haul. Okay, well, I am now safe from death for a short amount of time once again. I hope. I don't know. Now here's the question. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, now that I got that, I can use passage again. Not that I have any idea where I would want to go. Alright, cool. Again, definitely an accurate representation of Slugcat as he exists. Shaded Citadel, that's the one. What else we got here? Garbage wastes, drainage system, everybody's favorite. The outskirts. Yeah, big fan of that one. Shoreline, of course. And Shaded Citadel, so I guess I'm just gonna take a look at the map, I suppose. There is that upper area to go to, maybe over to the left here again. But once again, it is impossible to say. So I guess I'm just gonna go. Anyway, please continue from the Shaded Citadel. That was nice sleep there, yeah. Now, I'm sure you've probably got places to be, so I will let you out here. My good friend. So I wonder if that's only every time you get one of the like cool achievement things. Oh, come on! We just spent the night together. That's like you can use the passages. But like once again, it is literally impossible to say. I have no idea how any of this works. All right. Well, maybe I can give him a little bit of you. Give him a little wow. Yo, eye stock guy, like, can you give me any direction here at all? Anything. I'll take anything. Like, the merchant was super helpful in giving me this item and everything. Which I think was still one of the things that I saw over by the scavenger toll guys. Saw like this sort of thing too. But it's like, yeah. As always, once again, good jumps. Only the best jumps from Slugcat. The slug, truly the most acrobatic of all animals. What am I doing in here? Is that anything? Gonna double fist both of these. Yeah, extra light. This is not how that works. Whoa! I did not see that coming. I'll be honest right now. All right. So. Still don't know what I'm doing. But at least I have a very vague idea, I suppose. I mean, I was told to go over to this side, and you do have this here. So maybe that's good? I don't know. The thing is, it's like if all I was going to be doing is like going back to the first, well, actually, do I even have enough to... No, I don't have enough to hibernate for right now. I tried eating that one thing, but that was just, that had no nutritional value. And also, I think, it's still telling me to go down. So that's something. I can maybe try eating the weird luminescent mice thing, but I don't know if that, again, is just going to be empty calories. Yes, thank you, Ice Stock Guy. You are my light in this darkness. Even though I feel like you should be able to give me more light. All right. Once again, I did learn, though, that that when the lizards are eaten, they're not super threatening. I guess this is like the clock tower of the church or something like that. Considering there's a bunch of gears about and all that. Okay. All I need is just like one more piece of food, and I should be okay at least for a little while. It's just actually getting that might prove to be... Oh, yeah, I'm holding on to that now, aren't I? Actually getting that might prove to be a little bit rough. Just saying. Good. Which means I'm not going to be great on food for right now, but I am at least going to be able to save and hopefully not die because of that. In the meantime, I think I'm getting closer to some sort of eventual goal. Don't worry about it. Actually, No, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna hang out here for a second then, if you don't mind. I got my nightlight. Got my spear. Got my emergency spear. No, I still got passage there. So I guess it's like I actually have to use it. Right? Getting my way back up to being the monk. Whatever that's worth. I mean, I suppose everybody wants to be Tony Shalhoub, right? Hey. All right. Well, anyway, this is going to be... I mean, I already know that I'm continuing to go down here. I just don't know what that means. Can I eat one of you guys? I'm actually thinking about it right now. It's like, oh boy, they do seem to be... And I gotta say, the spiders don't seem to be attacking me as of right now. So, eat them. No. Eat them tasty spiders, man. No, I don't think. Well, at least I know that it won't kill me. That's important. I would really like to not have to avoid those things that are literally crawling around in the darkness and all that, but it's like that is also perhaps still somewhat disturbing to see him crawling around here. You sure you can't eat him, Slugcat? I don't know, man. They look like they could be pretty tasty. They don't look like they could be pretty tasty, but don't tell Slugcat. I want him to keep hope. Yeah? Yeah? Am I going the right way? I'm going to check the map one more time. Because this so far seems like a pretty straightforward path through here. Oh, I guess that's the merchant. Okay, good. Not that I really need too much of anything from the dude. He's already done so much to ensure my survival. It's just, okay, so I think that symbol means scavenger. God, this is terrible. Oh, I do like how they form into a larger creature by, like, banding together and everything like that, but, oh, I know, I died. Oh, so they can actually kill me. That's gonna be a problem then, unfortunately. So, yeah, as it turns out, spiders are actually extremely deadly. It's just up until this point I was only finding single individual spiders or small groups of them, so they weren't able to attack Slugcat. I think that, combined with the fact that anytime there was a large enough group to attack Slugcat, they instead went for the luminescent mice, meant that I got very, very lucky when it came to dealing with this area. It's just this room is the first time that the spiders are always in the formation to be a formidable fighting force, so I had to kind of switch up my strategies, and that's why we're back in post-commentary land, because it took more than a couple attempts. However, if you remember the lessons from the drainage system, you are always given all the tools you need to deal with an area in the area, and as soon as I figured out that, it became fairly obvious that you just gotta throw Lightning Berry. And that does kill every single spider in the room. It is not like a knockout. It is not, any sort of temporary solution. That gets rid of all of the spiders, period. It's not the only way you can deal with the spiders, but it is the easiest. And because I already had one of those, and the platforming is a little bit tough here, it seemed like that was just the best way to go about doing this. As I found out that basically the mass of spiders is, well, unlike most enemies, you can't just throw a spear at them and have that get embedded, because it's a bunch of spiders, and a bunch of spiders can't just be pierced like a normal foe. So the other way you can deal with this is by picking up some sort of like blunt object, a piece of metal or like a rock off of the ground, and throwing it at them, which will knock them out of formation, but that won't actually kill the spiders. I think outside of the lightning berries, there's no way to kill spiders, at least as far as I can tell. So it's a temporary solution, but if all you're trying to do is just run past them, it's fine. It's completely workable. And in fact, that one area above this one where you had to do a little bit of pole jumping, I did fall into that pit once, which does have a lot of spiders in it, and that means that I did get some usage out of that strategy, but to be honest, they give you enough berries around here to make it so that you can just take out the entire room easily enough. Which, as you can see, as much as I'm failing the platforming, that was a very, very good idea on my part. I got some pretty good usage out of those. Let's just say that. Especially in this room here. This room is, I somehow spent like a full 5 minutes failing to get back onto the upper platforms there, which is annoying. But hey, since I already had a berry in reserve, at least I didn't have to deal with any enemies around here. So yeah, that cut was like literally 5 minutes. In fact, I got pretty close to ending the cycle just because of that. Fell down so many times. But yeah, you also see a lot of like bioluminescent fungus around here, also edible. And that's nice. I mean, I don't know if I would eat that, but I mean, Slugcat's gotta eat, I suppose. So I'll just let him do it. Probably also another little easy object to carry around if you need some sort of light source. But hey, thankfully I got that glowing rock thing from the scavenger, so I haven't really had to worry about that too much. It's like, man, I don't even apparently you can go into this area pretty early on. Like, this is supposed to be the alternate to the drainage system, but I don't know if it's as easy to get like some sort of glowing, some sort of light source if you're going from that direction. Couldn't even imagine trying to do this without that. Well, anyway, there are an abundance of bats here, as I guess you would expect in a church and belfry-like area, which means that it was at least fairly easy to get back all of the food points that I needed, which is also good because there is a save point right here. Yeah, I had actually made it through this area before, but I didn't know about that save point, so I died in the upcoming section, which is not nearly as bad, but, well, it's still kind of a thing just by itself. And yes, as you can see, it took a few attempts. Oh, well, as long as there aren't any really big gates coming up here. And even if there are, there were a lot of bats hanging around here. Now, it didn't seem like there were a whole lot of bats that came up after the cycle ended, but I would guess that they would probably show back up eventually. Well, anyway, I'm not going to be going upwards from here because, at least from some of the initial exploration that I did, it didn't really seem to lead to much of anywhere, aside from seeing a bunch of mole-like... Like they look like star-nosed mole versions of lizards, which I guess were adapted to live in the darkness, which is an interesting thing, but not really something that I would like to deal with right now. Besides, the iStock buddy is saying that I should be going down, and I'm still trusting that guy with my life, even though I don't have too much reason to. Oh well. At least you can see from here the background is starting to light up, so that's an indication that I'm going somewhere new, if nothing else. It's just, until I get to that point, I am going to have to deal with a bunch of these Leviathan characters. Which, like I said, being, big, flabby, gross tentacle monsters, they don't really have too much ability to hang on to you, but that did not stop me from getting killed once by that one earlier. And then right before a save point. That's a pretty cruel trick of Rain World there. And although I would like to hibernate there, to be honest, I don't think that effort is worth it. It doesn't take that long to get back in here anyway. It just requires me to go through one singular enemy, but still. Yep, very hard time grabbing onto you if you hit them with anything. Still get the general church background around here too, though. So I guess it is still part of the Citadel, despite being somewhat flooded. And then there's also kind of some tricky platforming here as well, where I'm going to be, at least very soon, utilizing a lot of the, throwing a pole into the side of the wall to climb up it. Which, given the amount of spears that they give you, I think that is entirely intentional. There it is, the light in the darkness. The next area that I'm going to. Finally. I mean, really, as long as I'm not dealing with more spiders, that's what I want. I can deal with the darkness. Darkness isn't that bad. It's the spiders and that I don't really want to see much of anything more with, because unless they're going to be giving me a whole lot more lightning berries, it's trying to time it so that I hit them with a hunk of metal and then run past them before they're able to get back up and attack me is just something I'd like to avoid. Well, anyway, I did take a second to go get a little bit of extra food there just because I don't know when the next save point I'm going to be getting to is, but I want to make sure that I can hibernate if absolutely possible, which is good because it was literally on this next screen. Like I said, a little bit more wall jumping, not too bad or anything. Then I could just go straight up from here, but nah, I just want to make sure that I am getting some good saves here before going anywhere else. I am perfectly willing to not be completely full if that means that I don't have to do some tricky jumps like that again. Not that it's too difficult to find the spears around there to throw into the wall and all that. It's just, it does take a while to do. You miss that jump, you gotta jump right back up there again. I mean, it was the exact same thing that I had in that one room with the glowing fungus, where it's the jumps weren't difficult, they just took a very long time. Also, it does look like you could have just gone underneath that, but, well, I didn't realize that. So it was entirely untrodden territory for me, and I wanted to take it safe. I mean, after all, it's like the darkness, you know, with the spiders is actually pretty generous. It's just the points when they decide to throw the spiders at you in gigantic quantities, that's when it becomes an issue. Because as you were seeing, the initial exploration of the shaded Citadel was surprisingly uneventful. Like, I didn't have to worry too much about it at all. But then there was that one room. That one room with those, like, gears or the circle platforms that I was jumping on. And that's where it all went downhill. All right. Just a little bit farther. And that looks like something that that was like a solid wall, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm not looking for food right now, high stock guy. I'm hungry for progress. And progress I get in the form of the memory crypts, which is a name. I mean, given that I was just in a church-like area, I'm going to guess graveyard. That's probably the most likely. But it is still dark, but not so dark as to be unnavigatable. And hey, with the spears around here, I can also just jump over some stuff. And also lightning plants. So a lot of good stuff here, all things considered. Of course, as you know, being on the surface is generally a pretty tricky proposition, because this is where you find places like, well, enemies like birds. That bird, for example. Looking kind of like that one Pikmin. And oh, okay. Yeah. All right, sure. Well, back to live commentary. Back into the memory crypts. You take like 15 or something, because these birds are the only enemies in here, but boy are they terrible to encounter. They are fast, aggressive, and just omnipresent, it seems. At least they got a pretty set pattern, and they can't squeeze themselves in anywhere. They also announce their presence with their spark-creating iron talons, but at the same time, it's like, man, the best thing that I figured out to get by them is just throwing one of those lightning berries, which blinds them for a couple seconds. And that does not stop them from just stomping you with said iron talons pretty trivially anyway. Oh boy, this is pretty rough. It's a way more, I'll give them this, it's a way more combat-focused area compared to what I'm used to. Or, well, maybe not combat, but more like enemy rather than just plain old platforming. And it also will search you out like crazy. So this is not an area to be taken lightly, I suppose. Yeah. And as usual, they don't really take too kindly to spears. And by too kindly, I mean they're completely unaffected by spears. So there's no real point in throwing them at them. All right, we good? We good? Am I doing good on time and everything? Because that's also maybe like the other thing that I'm more worried about than anything else. Oh, they're eating something over there, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. It's like hanging around here while they're on patrol is not usually a great idea. Because they're just going to come back. Like, and probably pretty soon. Sort of. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I do have a set time limit, guys. Come on, hurry it up. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the points in which I'm dying are right over here. You need a spear to get over one of those areas, it seems. That's why I'm trying to hold on to the one that I got right now as much as possible. Oh, come on. Will you just go already or something? It's like that one bird cannot get over that little hurdle there, and so it is just hanging out here the entire time. You know what I can do is I can just go pick up this then and... No. Just make something happen with it, I suppose. Yeah, well, that will at least get me around this, but like, is it gonna make this like a successful run through here? That's harder to say. Go down, please. Oh boy, oh boy. This is once again just like a pretty big step up in difficulty when it comes to going through areas. Because it's just like, I know how to get through this area. It's just now dealing with the enemies that I am being threatened with is such a huge problem. Can I go? I got it. Okay, good. Good. Very, very much an issue, though. About halfway through the day as well, so that's also scary just by itself. All right, anyway. Continuing on. No. One of the other things is that I'm having, like, big problems figuring out exactly what is a... what is an area I can go into and what isn't. Like, what is a foreground and background objects, which has been, yeah, like I said, a problem. Okay, I guess I'm still holding on to one of those, which is good, because I'm going to use it. I guess it didn't see me, which is good, but also there's where you see one, there's going to be more than one coming soon enough. All right. Making progress. Ever so gradually. Wait, there was another bird over here, wasn't there? Yeah, I can hear it coming right now. Okay. It also didn't see me. Neither did that one. Okay, come on, guys. Just hurry it up already. I only got so much time before it goes, before the problems start happening. After all. Okay. Tiny area. That means I can't go in here. Or if I see one coming up here. Or, is this even like a real area? Here, the map, guide me somewhere. Yeah, okay, there's a place I can go up from here. Kind of hard to see even with the, time looks okay. Even with the light, I'm still having some problems seeing some stuff. Oh, come on. They're just over there fighting each other. And again, I'm super running out of time right now. So it's like hurry it up. I'm going to have to try blinding them and just going past, it looks like. Nope, I still died. Oh, and that is the memory crypts. And this area is not great, I gotta say. And, of course, one more post-commentary section to end out the episode. Boy, the memory crypts are pretty rough. Pretty rough. I mean, I don't really know how to deal with these things aside from just waiting for them to leave. Now, it could be that you know, carrying around this light is attracting them, but I'm having a real hard time telling what's like background objects and what's foreground objects, so I really do need this to survive right now. It's kind of a non-negotiable part of Slugcat's current toolkit, let's just say that. Although I think that after I get past that last little area, that's the major issues dealt with. Like, I don't think the birds can get over here, like over into this section, but at the same time, it's also very hard to see exactly what like the areas I'm trying to jump to and from are, which is why I went over here thinking that this is probably the area that I want to go up, but like I couldn't even tell that, yeah, I was grabbing onto something for a second there. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure if you can continue up from here. I gave it a couple tries, but this might be one of the sections that you would need like an extra spear for to stick into the wall, which unfortunately I do not have. And I was also kind of feeling the crunch time now when it comes to when the cycle's going to be ending. So instead what I did was I just went over to the other section. There was at least 2 areas that were kind of closer together. So if nothing else, I could just wall jump up this part. And then, like I was saying before, couldn't really see these bars that I was holding on to, but good enough, whatever. It lets me get out of this horrible, horrible area. Get more of those strange symbols, too. But hey, at least now, I know that the birds aren't going to be able to get up here, so that's good. And hey, new gate. Fun stuff. Ones that require very, very low karma requirements. I mean, to the point that they require no karma requirements, which is good because, man, I was not getting through here with any karma at all, period. Never. And I just wanted to see, was there, another exit that I didn't see going through there? But no, we're already in the next section, so wasn't going to be able to take a look at that. Into the leg, which, yeah, great. It also does not seem to be a large area, kind of like the memory crypts, one of those minor areas. And also, I did not notice that was a background element again. And there are also bottomless pits in the game.